Welcome to the Get Real Podcast, your high-octane boost of full-on reality therapy for personal, business, and investing success with your host, Ron Phillips, because somebody's got to tell it like it is.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Get Real Podcast. Ron Phillips here. Just finished up another one of my little mastermind groups that I do at my house. It was a great meeting. And I find that every mastermind that I go to, business meeting, conference that I attend, it always seems like there's some kind of a theme or something that materializes. And the type that I'm talking about are not ones that are promoted by the host or anything like that. It's just like, seems to be that there's just kind of becomes a theme. And at this one, the theme was mindset. And I think that's really timely because, everybody who's in that mastermind, they're all really successful business owners and investors. And it's telling that those people still need to have mindset reset. We've got to make sure that we've constantly got our mind working for us and not against us. And that's kind of what the theme was. So I thought, with everything that's going on, I keep talking to business owners who are really concerned, worried, fearful. And that doesn't serve anybody well. It just doesn't. Most of what I'm hearing about right now is, the election and how that's impacting the business and that it's slowing things down. But look, if it's not the election, it'll just be something else. And this mindset, there's a reason why in every investment program, real estate investor program, self-improvement program, that mindset is one of the first things that's talked about because it is so powerful and it is so important. And the last couple of months, as I've been talking to business owners who've been having trouble with the election and being fearful about what's going to happen next, depending on who wins. If this person wins, it's going to be this. If this person wins, it's going to be that. And look, I have made some of my political beliefs and leanings pretty well known on the show. I don't think it's a secret how I feel about things. But I don't like either one of the candidates. I don't like either one of them. Now I like policies of one over the other one, but I don't like either one of them. And the other thing that I have realized is that I've been in business for over 20 years, well over 20 years. That means that I've lived through, in a business world, I've lived through at least 5 presidential administrations. And the majority of those have been ones that I vehemently disagree with, and many policies that are what I believe to be damaging to business and damaging to our country. And guess what? I made money during every one of them, and it didn't make any difference. Did I have to pivot maybe a little bit? Sure. But I can tell you this, I had to pivot way harder in 2008 when the market crashed than during any election period. So it doesn't really matter. In business, you're going to have to pivot. In business, you're going to have to keep your mind set positive about what the future holds. And to the extent you can do that and pivot, it doesn't make any difference who wins. Everybody's business is still going to be open the day after. And we may have to put up with some stupid crap and more regulations. But guess what? I'm going to find opportunity in whatever it is. It doesn't make any difference. Y'all might hear me ranting a little bit more on the podcast about certain things. Like I'm just doing the stupid CTA ridiculous crap that got my FinCEN number so that, I can be monitored more so that they can potentially catch drug cartels and international criminals. That is such a joke, man. I'll be shocked if they catch one international criminal organization with their stupid new CTA and their FinCEN numbers. But they're going to get a whole bunch of data on law-abiding citizens. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, that has nothing to do with mindset. Okay, so back to this mindset thing. Listen, it's really, really important because in every aspect of your life, you have this. And it is either positively, it is helping you or it is destroying you. And let me give you another example outside of business. Let's talk about relationships for a second. And let's just do spousal relationships because it's an easy one. If you have certain thoughts about your spouse, they're not so kind. You know, things that irritate you. I don't know. The sound they make when they brush their teeth. I don't know. Whatever it is. If you think about that thing, you're going to get more of that thing. Not necessarily that there's more of it, but because you're focused on it, you're going to see that and you're going to overlook all of the good things that are happening. However, if you focus on the good, the things that you love about that individual, the things that you like, that you respect and admire about that individual, if you focus on those things, those are the things that you will see more of. It's a simple concept. One that I tried to teach to a young man way back in the day. I guess it hasn't been that many years ago, but for, I don't know, maybe about a decade, I was a youth leader at our church, and we used to take the boys on a high adventure trip every year. And one year we went downhill mountain biking, which if you have not been is exhilarating if you know how to mountain bike and terrifying if you don't know how to mountain bike. And this particular youth knew how to ride a bike, but I mean, it wasn't a very skilled mountain biker, especially downhill. And if you haven't been, in this particular case, we were riding the ski lifts up and then riding our bikes down. So you can imagine it's, switchbacks and banks. And I mean, it was a whole lot of fun. But this particular young man, first time that we went down, I was following him. We were kind of bringing up the rear. I was trying to coach some of the kids going down the hill. And this kid kept looking. I was noticing he was going way too slow, like riding the brakes, but he was looking where he didn't want to go. When we got to the bottom, I was telling him that all the way down, but I don't think he really realized what was happening. And I said, look, if you keep looking over the berm at down the mountain where you don't want to go because you're scared of that, that's where you're going to go. Like I said, if you actually think about what happened to your bike the whole way down, you were literally, when you looked over there, your bike would go closer to the edge where you should be looking down the trail where you want to go. And if you do that, you won't go anywhere near the edge because the bike is going to go where you're looking. And he never really did get that concept down. And I think as business owners, as investors, as husbands, wives, fathers, mothers, every aspect of our lives, our health, everything, sometimes I think we catch ourselves. I mean, I don't know about you. I can only speak for me, but I think sometimes I catch myself looking where I don't want to go. That's not healthy. That's not ever going to work. So I encourage you to really think through, plan where it is that you want to go, where you're trying to head, and then focus on that rather than all the noise that's surrounding us right now, because there is a lot of noise out there surrounding us. The reality of the situation is America is the greatest place still and will be to produce goodness, just to live, but to be a business owner, to be an investor, and I've lived in several different countries. I'm telling you, it's the greatest country on the planet. Could it be better? Sure it could. But all the noise around this this stupid election. Don't let any of that keep you off or make you look where you don't want to go. And don't let anything else do that either, because your mindset really, really is the start of success. And everybody who's listening, I know you all are already successful. It's also what keeps us on the success path. It's what keeps us there. So if something's not right in your life, check your mind first, because my guess is, just like me and just like a whole bunch of other people, you're probably off on your mindset. And if you can just get your mindset back right, focus on where you're headed, focus on your goals, focus on your vision, how you want for your life, things will jump back on the track pretty quickly. Now, with respect to business, if something's off in your business and you need to pivot with massive action. Pivot like your business life depends on it, because it very well could. If the market's starting to shift underneath your feet and you need to change the way that you're doing business, then do it, and do it in a massive action way so that you can keep revenue coming, and make sure you're putting revenue first. Make sure that you're bringing money in the door so that you can afford to pay for the things that are required for you to pivot. And if you're an investor, keep investing. Don't let any of these people tell you not to invest, because, whatever nonsense they're spewing. The most wealthy investors that I know, they continuously invest. And if they need to reposition assets because a couple of them suck, they reposition assets. And they keep on running down the road. I don't know very many people who pull all their chips off the table and just, stop playing the game and think they get somewhere down the road. So I encourage you to do that. I check your mindset this week. And that's the one thing that you can do to make something happen this week. I encourage you to go do it. Until next time, get out there and make something happen.
This has been the Get Real Podcast. To subscribe and for more information, including a list of all episodes, go to getrealestatesuccess.com.